Hi there, you're at the Tron Wyckoff analysis session. So let's quickly look at both the weekly and daily chart and see where Tron is heading, given it has shown us some pretty good momentum over the past 2 weeks. And here in the weekly chart, basically after surging past this purple key level at 32 cents, at this point at around 35 cents, it received quite significant selling down to the point at around 32 cents 80, and now it's trying to re-challenge that level using the top edge of this upward channel as support line. So if this really continues, if there's still continuous demand, then that's a positive scenario moving along the top edge of this upward channel. However, one key thing is this volume bar over here. Just for like the last week, it is higher, but higher with a long wick at the top, like basically the head. So this one, while this is some exhibiting an upthrust behavior, this selling isn't a good sign for the bulls, because it means there are people offloading whatever they have on hand. That's why we see this long wick at the top, this long thin line at the top, much like here 3 weeks back. So some people were actively selling, while there were a little bit of buying when the price got below the purple key level. So be really cautious, because wild price actions may be on the horizon already. So let me quickly check. No squeeze at the moment. That was a squeeze. That's why we had the price surge. Just going to the daily as well. Let me switch off the squeeze indicator for now, while we're seeing a little bit of squeeze, and I'll quickly go through what happened for the Wyckoff. So last week, right after our session on Monday, we basically put in a tag saying, okay, we saw an automatic reaction from the upthrust. Is the price going to head to a second test, basically meaning re-challenge the upward boundary of this upward channel, the top edge of the upward channel? And indeed it happened. It tried to go past the box, but then immediately on the same day it returned to stay within the box, and the next few days it basically continued to trade within the box and exhibit a kind of sideways movement. So this can be an upthrust of the distribution if this is the upthrust. So let's keep it that way. And if that's the case, then what we're seeing now, this little bump up, it may be a last point of supply. So let's put a question mark here. Next week when we come back, we'll see whether the price found resistance at this orange line at around 33 cents. You can quickly drag it over here. And then eventually it comes back to the purple or even below. Then that's confirmed that's the last point of supply, and if that's the case, then hopefully it stays within this blue box, because otherwise if it falls outside, it may have to find support below the yellow or somewhere between the yellow and the blue to stay above this and show us a little bit of more actions. However, it can also happen in a way that immediately it dies down from there and only seeks support at near the light blue key support level, because that's where the accumulation zone is. So back to the big picture. Here, if the upthrust, like the force towards the upthrust is dying down, much like I said in the beginning, because of all those selling at that price point, then this one probably won't have any momentum to go up further, and that's why I said there's possibility that it's coming down. However, if we also look at the squeeze, I took a quick peep when we switched to this daily chart, because currently a squeeze is happening. So when a squeeze happens, that means more drastic price moves to either upward or downward. It doesn't only signal one direction, it signals both. So here we saw a squeeze at this horizontal area, right? And then immediately after, I mean a few days after maybe, well, from the start of the squeeze to the actual climb was around 2 weeks. That was mid-late June time, when we had this leg upwards to the upwards and upwards after distribution. Another early squeeze would be the climb here, late May, early June, and also this point at early May during that period. However, downward trend or downward squeeze also happened back in January, and basically it happened multiple times as well. So 3 times during the first quarter. So 3 downs and 3 ups, basically, for the first half of this year. Now we may be seeing the 4th down, if this is really the squeeze. While the bulls may hope for further upwards towards its channel box, the bears may be happy to see this potentially price drop coming. So let's see who wins, whether it's the bears or the bulls. Finger crossed for you guys. Remember, which side do you pick?